Okay, we'll start now. Okay. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ariyantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Aryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ujjanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Saunam. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam. Nityan Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokdam Cheva Om Karaya Namo Namo नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चकासते चित्स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावान्तरच्छिदे अज्ञानतिमिरञ्जनं ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः तीर्थङ्करो जगतना जयवन्तवर्तो ओङ्कारनादजिननो जयवन्तवर्तो जिनना समो शरण सौ जयवंत वर्तो ने तीर्थचार जगमा जयवंत वर्तो नमो ए तीर्थनायक ने नमो ओंकार नाद ने ओंकार संगर्यो तेणे नमो ते श्री कुंद कुंद ने अहो उपकार जिन वरनो कुंदनो ध्वनि दिव्यनो जीन कुंद ध्वनियाप्य अहो ते गुरु काननो अहो ते भगवती मातनो ध्रुव अचल ने अनुपम गति पामेल सर्वे सिद्धने मंदी कहो सुत केवल भाषित आसमय प्राव्रत अरे हूँ एक शुद्ध सदा अरूपी ज्ञान दर्शनमय खरे कहीं अन्य ते मारू जरी परमाणु मात्र નથી અરે જમ નેત્ર તેમજ જ્ઞાન નથી કારક નથી વેદક અરે જાણે જ કરમોદય નિરજરા બંધ તેમજ મોક્ષ ને ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો ઓમ શ્રી શુદ્ધાત્માને નમઃ જય જય give me 1 second okay Okay. Today is January 10, 2018, Wednesday, and we are doing our Samhita class. We are continuing our class. What we are on the color, and my plan is to finish that colors and then start with the 13 today. So let's have the slides. Mm, 1 second, okay.
I can hear you, Preeti.
Okay. Yes. This is, yeah. Okay, all right. So we were on the last time we talked about the Avyaktana Cha bol, means those 6 bowls for the where is that one? 6 types of imperceptibility. We talked about it, and as I said, that this is just we just wanted to go through some kind of a little flavor about it. When we come actually to that 49 stanza in Samesar, we'll be talking a lot more detail about it. So don't worry if you didn't, if you problem understanding, don't worry about it because to understand in Gujarati it takes time, and then to convert it to English and then to express and everything, it is not that easy task. And so don't get concerned about it. It just tells us that something like this is there, and when we come to that point, we will have a better idea. Right now, only the thing, because Gurudev mentioned that one, so we wanted to make sure that we have some idea about it. So what happens in the 6 types of imperceptibility? It talks about the thing which cannot be perceived by general way. Uh, for example, aksha. Aksha is a word. Aksha means to know or to see. And pratyaksa, prati plus aksha. Prati means directly. Aksha means to know, to look, to see. Directly to see is called pratyaksa. Now over here we are seeing imperceptibility, because soul is an imperceptible substance. With the eyes or with 5 senses, we will not be able to perceive the soul. So this is what it tries to tell us in this one, that what is the nature of the soul, that it cannot be perceived by certain things. That's only it meant to say that. So without going more in detail, we will just leave the subject there. And now we'll be talking more about a further thing in the Kalash Sevan. So in the mode, now Gurudev comes back to the actual part of the Kalash Sevan, which is, as we said, it's a prelude to this 13th stanza. So what it says, in the mode, there are nine reals present. 9 reals are present: living, non-living, auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, inflow, bondage, stoppage, stoppage, shading, and liberation. 9 elements are there. So in the mode, there are 9 elements present. But in the same substance, there is a substance over here. There is a substance, attribute, and modes. And in the modes, we see the 9 reals. Now, but in the same substance, there is presence of eternal soul substance, which comes to be known to the pure point. This is the point that Gurudev wanted to convey to us, that only pure substance, eternal substance, immutable substance, non-reacting substance can only be known through pure point of view. What's a pure point of view? It's the same as absolute point of view. Remember, we just learned in the 13th stanza, in the 11th stanza, we learned, some message here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my microphone was very low. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. So basically, yes. Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, better now. Thank you.
Sorry. Thanks. I'm sorry. Yeah. So when we say in the substance, substance comprises of substance, attributes, and modes. The modes are the place where the actual action occurs in the substance. Any substance, whether it's a matter substance or medium of motion, medium of rest, space or time, or soul, the action occurs only in the modes. Soul is an eternal substance, immutable substance, in non-reactive substance, non-doer substance, remains same throughout the existence. Attributes are also the same way. Infinite attributes present in a substance, same thing happens, that they are also remaining immutable, non-reactive, non-doer, just simply there. Only in the mode the real action is seen. If it is a soul, that can be soul's action mode, like auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, or pure nature of the soul in the form of mode. If it is a matter substance, then we can have touch, taste, smell, and color, but their modes will be seen. Medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time, they also will have action seen in the mode. So now, what it says over here, the eternal soul substance is to be known. I want to know the eternal soul substance. How will I know it? Well, to know the eternal soul substance, I have to use the pure point of view. Pure point of view, I have to take its help, and that will ultimately show me what's the real nature of the soul. So what's a pure point of view? As we learn on the 11th stanza, the absolute point of view, conventional point of view, and all those things that we learn. So partial point of view are infinite in numbers. For example, simple thing. My name is Kirit. Okay. What else is my recognition? Well, I'm somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's nephew, somebody's uncle, somebody's grandparent, somebody's grandchild. I am coming from India. In India, I'm coming from Gujarat. In Gujarat, I'm coming from Baroda. I follow Guru Dev's teaching and everything. I live in Phoenix. I live in North Phoenix. I live on 12th Street. And I go to the Jain temple. I used to work as a medical doctor. Now I'm retired. I'm 70 years old. All those kind of things about me, there are infinite ways that I can be presented. It depends which circle I'm in, and I will be using that particular point, and rest will be made secondary. For example, I'm in a hospital, so I'll be called as a physician. When I'm in the temple, I'll be called as Jain. When I'm in different nationality presented there, then I'll be known as Indian. If I'm in the Indian function, I'll be called as a Gujarati. If it is Gujarati function, I'll be so everything. I can be have only one point of view could be my recognition, but at the time rest of my points will become secondary. So that's called partial point of view, or nai. So nai gives one angle of complete reality of a given substance. So here also, that you want to know the real eternal soul substance. How will I know it? Well, there is something called pure point of view. That pure point of view means absolute point of view, directs the attention to the eternal soul substance, and that's why eternal soul substance can be known. So eternal soul substance, its importance, it is just as well. The real nature of the eternal soul substance is hidden in the modes of nine real. This is the important point out of all the discussions so far we have done in last 4 classes. Eternal soul substance is hidden in these 9 reals. When I say I'm the living, I'm non-living, I'm the auspicious inclination, I have inauspicious inclination, I have an inflow, I have a bondage, I have a stoppage.
Kiritanko, can I ask you a question? This may distract the talk, but maybe you can answer it separately later. But you're talking about the 9 reals.
Mhm.
One of them was auspicious inclination.
Yes.
So is that something that goes with the soul
Yes.
to the next life? Is that what we've been talking about?
Because
Did I miss something here?
no. Because auspicious inclination, where does it occur? Does it occur in the soul, or does it occur in the matter?
Well, I would think from everything that's been said, inclination does go with the soul to the next life.
Yeah.
Whereas, but every other description says it's matter.
Yeah. See, again, remember, which partial point of view we are talking about
Yes.
auspicious inclination. If you are talking auspicious inclination from modal point of view alone, you are talking from modal perspective right now, then auspicious inclination occurs in the mode and thereby it occurs in the soul.
Okay, but then what happens with, so that goes back to my original question. What is the inclination that goes to the next life?
Okay.
Right? That's the one thing I still don't.
Okay.
Karma gives you a situation depending on which karma you have, but I don't know, maybe this is not the time to ask the question, but I still have this in the back of my head. I don't know why this question won't go away.
Basically, number one, let's take auspicious inclination alone, and I'll come back to your point. Let's take auspicious inclination alone. Now, this auspicious inclination, does it belong to soul or does it belong to matter? So now, if I'm looking from modal perspective, then this inclination of attachment, this auspicious inclination means punya bhav occurred in my mode. My mode means me means soul. So it occurred in the soul. So auspicious inclination, punya bhav, belongs to the soul. Now, when I'm talking from eternal soul's perspective, from eternity perspective, then this auspicious inclination means punya bhav occurring as a result of there is a fruition of a karma, and looking at the fruition of karma, this auspicious inclination occurs. So that way, auspicious inclination is said to be due to matter substance, and thereby we are denoting the auspicious inclination as matter also, or non-living also. Now, your question is, in the next life, whether this auspicious inclination comes or not. Remember, mode has life for one samay only. It is originated, disintegrated, and gone. Originated, disintegrated, and gone. You are sitting on a beach and a wave came and dissipated. Second wave came, dissipated. If you are sitting for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, or 24, then no two waves are exactly the same. They are coming and disintegrate, they go away. So same way, this auspicious inclination came and went away. So once it goes away, it never comes back. In fact, from infinite time in the past that I'm existing and infinite time in the future that I'm going to exist, the no two modes are same. They all are different. Now you may say, wait a second, how can it be different? Because infinite modes have passed by, and say that many are coming in the future. How come they cannot be the same? There could be one could be same as other one. Remember, each substance has infinite attributes, and these infinite attributes, they have modes. Each attribute has a mode, and each attribute, that mode behaves a little bit different. That means all composite mode coming out in that samay will be different than the other one. So that's why modes are not getting carried away with the soul in the future. What happens? My mode, what happens? Number one, the wave coming in the water, on the ocean, when you are on the beach, when you are seeing that wave comes and goes, where does that wave go? Well, wave went back into the ocean. Same way here, my mode, every samay a mode comes and goes, comes and goes, comes. But where does it go? From where does it come? It comes from the substance or attribute. It gets arising from there, and it gets dissipated and merges into that soul substance again. So these things which gets dissipated into the soul substance, it goes with the stamp of eligibility. Means it will say that at such and such time, on January 10, 2018, on such and such time, this mode has arisen in the form of anger or deceit or ego or greed. And that stamp, it goes back into that substance. That becomes inert. That doesn't react with anybody. It just simply stays there forever. So, does this mode lasting for one samay only? It was buried into the soul substance before. When his birth time came, it arises, then it dissipates and goes back into the substance, and it goes back into the substance as an eligibility stamp. So it doesn't react with anybody else. At the time, it just simply remains there. So your question is, this auspicious inclination occurring today, will it come with the soul all the time? Well, yes, in a way, because this mode has disintegrated and it has gone back into the soul. It is non-reactive mode, and it has a stamp of auspicious inclination, and that's it. And it stays there independently. So if you mean whether the mode, present mode, comes with me or not, it doesn't come from one perspective because it lasts for one samay. But yes, it does come because it is sitting in the soul substance with a stamp. So it will be there but non-reactive. Does that make sense to you, Preeti?
Yeah, I think adding the concept of eligibility does help, because then when the soul goes from one form to the next form, then the eligibility is there, but based on karma, but that it arises only when it's supposed to arise, and that's it, right? Did I say it right?
Yes. And
Okay.
you almost picked up the 13th stanza by saying that way, because that's what it says in 13th stanza, that eligibility is one thing, but when that mode gets expressed, when this mode gets expressed, it cannot be expressed unless there is an instrumental cause in the form of karma fruition present. So karma fruition has to be present for this mode to be expressive. My auspicious inclination mode in the soul was sitting inert with the eligibility stamp. Now that the birth time came, this mode is arising. When mode is arising, what's happening? At the same time, there is a fruition of karma over here acting as an instrumental cause. And because there is a fruition of karma acting as instrumental cause, that this mode expresses in the form of auspicious inclination. Auspicious inclination or inauspicious inclination or anger, deceit, ego, greed expression has to have the instrumental cause present in the form of karma fruition. Then and then they can get expressed. Of course, those karma fruition simply are present, cannot take part in the reaction for this mode's existence and all the things. So one samay, these two things are having relationship: origination of the mode and karma fruition. They both are present in the same time frame, and that's why they both are acting as instrumental cause, principal cause And that's why this mode is expressed as a auspicious inclination mode. Once this relationship is gone, once the karma fruition is gone, then this mode goes back to the soul in the form of eligibility stamp, and it remains in the soul as an eligibility stamp, as non-reactive thing. Then you may say, why to make this thing so complicated? Well, remember, we say that omniscient Lord can know the past, present, future of every substance. How will he know it? Because in the past, so many modes occurred in the past, and they are sitting in my soul substance as an eligibility form of modes, means non-reactive mode. In the future, those modes are also sitting in the form of eligibility stamp and a non-reactive mode. And because the eligibility stamp present in those modes, that one way omniscient Lord can know all these modes, past, present, future, in a given substance. Now, you may ask question, if there is no eligibility stamp, then omniscient Lord will not know, right? That's a question somebody is throwing right now. Well, omniscient Lord has omniscience knowledge. And omniscience knowledge is so powerful, it will know everything regardless. At the same time, this soul has a past and future modes in the form of stamps, eligibility stamp. They also kind of help, quote unquote, help in omniscient Lord's knowledge. They actually, they don't know. They remain as an object, and omniscient Lord's knowledge remains subject. So this subject will be seeing all these stamps in the modes, past and future modes, and that way omniscient Lord ends up knowing everything about the universe. Of course, omniscient Lord has his own capacity to know, and on this side, the no modes into the past and future modes with the eligibility stamp, they have the capacity to be known in the any knowledge, means omniscience knowledge. Omniscience knowledge has its own independent capacity to know, and all this future and past modes with the eligibility stamp has a capacity to be known in this knowledge, even though the knowledge is separate and eligibility stamp is separate. Suppose Mahasaya Bhagwan right now is an omniscient Lord, and he is a Siddha Bhagwan right now. He, in his knowledge, has a capacity to know whole universe, and my modes from past and future with eligibility stamp says, hey, please know me, I have the stamps with me. So those independent reactions, both independent reactions occur. So whatever here this second bullet tries to tell, now does it make sense to everybody?
Yes, that helps me. Thank you.
Okay. If there's any other question, also just throw it. No problem. We'll because it's very important. As we said, these are the basic principles. And once we understand these principles, I'll tell you one thing. That in other philosophies, for example, Hindu philosophy, it says, all knower God knows everything, and we are not supposed to know anything. Only all knower God is supposed to know everything. Now, yes, all knower God is supposed to know, but I have capacity to be known in his knowledge. Every substance has a capacity to be known. So if omniscient Lord's knowledge is called subject, then I am the object. Subject and object are both independent, but they help in each other. Omniscient knowledge wants to know, and these modes are getting known. That's it. So that's what happens. Now in second bullet, what it says, Real nature of the eternal soul substance is hidden in the modes of 9 real. We have Jeev, Ajiv, Pap, Punya, Asrav, Samvar, Nijra, Bandh, Moksha. 9 reals are there. And if you look carefully, then the real nature of soul is hidden in these 9 reals. There was one example given that somebody said, a rhetorical thing that God, I would like to have a diamond. Where will I get it? Well, go to the earth. You'll find it out. So this guy goes all over the earth and he keeps on wandering. He cannot find it right now. He goes back to God and says, Lord, please help me something. The earth is so big. So the Lord said, okay, go and look into the diamond mines. So this guy comes to the diamond mines. Now his field of action become much narrower. He goes in mines and he can't find it out except for rocks and everything. So again he goes to the Lord and says, help me out. So Lord says, there is some rocks are there in this mine and the diamonds are there in that one. So he goes to the rocks. But he doesn't know what to do with the rocks. He knows that there's a diamond in this rock, but he doesn't know what to do. So then again he goes back and then Lord says, okay, somebody already has taken out diamond from there and that diamond is sitting in some jeweler's shop. So he goes to jeweler's shop. Now he gets a diamond. So what happened? He's looking for diamond. It was hidden on this earth. It was hidden in the diamond mine. It was hidden in the diamond rock. And it was it was expressed right now in the jeweler's shop. So here also, this real nature of the eternal soul substance, that is also hidden in these 9 real modes. So when you say, I am Jeev, I'm living, that means soul is hiding somewhere inside. Eternal soul substance is hiding there. I'm influence of attachment. I'm influence of aversion. I'm auspicious inclination. I'm inauspicious inclination. I have a inflow. I have bondage. I have a shading. I have a stoppage. I have liberation. All those 9 real says that come with me. Look carefully, and eternal soul substance is hidden behind, hidden within that. So that's what he tries to say, and that's a real preface for 13th stanza coming over here. Now, just like now it gives another example over here. Just like the fire is here hidden in the dung patty, or hay, or wood, or the hot iron. Red hot iron. So fire is hidden in them. In the hay, in this burning hay, the fire is hidden. In the burning wood, fire is there. So that way, so different shapes of the fire is seen. Well, in the dung patty, I'm seeing the fire shape as a round. In the hay, I see the shape of the fire as a hay. In the wood, I see the shape of the fire in the form of a wood. So different shapes of the fire is seen, and thereby one knows the presence of fire. In fact, fire is a separate entity. Just by association, it has taken different shapes. Similarly, this soul, eternal soul substance is separate, but when it gets attached to the living, non-living, auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, etc., then the soul will be seen in that shape, but again, soul itself is separate from all those 9 reals. That's what it tries to tell us. It's true that substance is getting manifest. Is it true that substance is getting manifest in the modes? Now, this is a loaded question that a student is asking to the enlightened teacher. That is it true that eternal soul substance is manifested in a mode? Because in the past slide, just the previous slide, we saw it that in the 9 reals, eternal soul substance is hidden. So now the 9 reals are the 9 modes, and in 9 different modes. Now student is asking question, is it true that the eternal soul substance is manifested in the modes? See, in the previous slide, previous bullet, it said in the wood fire, in the hay fire, in the red hot iron, the fire is present, but it is separate. Same way here, now it says, is it true that substance is getting, is it true that substance is getting manifest in the modes? Now that you're talking so much about fire, that the dung patty fire, the hay fire and wood fire, so now is the fire getting manifested in these modes? Substance getting manifested in the modes? Then it says answer is no. So why are you trying to make my life miserable? On one side, you are saying that, in those 9 reals, I can find the eternal soul substance. And now I'm asking you, is a substance getting manifested there? And you said answer is no. Why? Because reflective thoughts of 9 reals are showing differences. By taking refuge in these differences, one gets only inclination of attachment. See what it says? In the 9 reals, the eternal soul substance is hidden. But can it be manifested? No, because when I'm thinking about 9 reals, I'm thinking living, I'm thinking non-living, I'm thinking punya, pap, asra, bandh, samvar, nijra, moksha. I'm thinking. Thinking means reflective thoughts. And reflective thoughts means inclination of attachment. And eternal soul substance is devoid of inclination of attachment. Eternal soul substance, Trikali Suddha Atmadravya, Ragti Rahitche. Eternal soul substance is devoid of inclination of attachment. There is no rag in the eternal soul substance. Now, faith in the omniscient Lord. I have faith in the omniscient Lord. I have faith in the Holy Scripture, and I have faith in the enlightened monk, as well as the 9 real in the form of reflective thoughts. It only produces inclination of attachment. It only produces rag. So if I have a faith in the omniscient Lord, Holy Scripture, enlightened monks, and also 9 reals, I have true faith in that one. But that means they are called reflective thoughts. Reflective thoughts produces inclination of attachment. Whenever you have reflective thoughts, it produces inclination of attachment. Vikalp એ રાગ સહિત હોય છે. વિકલ્પ રાગ સહિત હોય છે. In reflective thoughts are associated with inclination of attachment. And when there is inclination of attachment, there is no primary abstract comprehension. Whenever there is vikalpta, then there is no nirvikalpta. And nirvikalpta, primary abstract comprehension, is the reason for experiencing the soul. So now, what does it try to tell over here to us? That it says, first you have the faith in the 9 reals. You can have a faith in the 9 reals. You have to have it. But then that 9 reals faith occurred in the reflective thought process. In the previous slide, we just said that the 9 reals, the eternal soul substance is hidden inside. So now, when I know the 9 reals by reading, by listening, by asking question to the omniscient Lord, by discussion with enlightened monks or enlightened true teachers and everybody, now I know who I am. And again, who I am, I'm the soul separate from the body. That kind of reflective thought I am getting it. When I have that reflective thought means associated with influence of attachment. विकल्प दशा राग सहित होय छे. So that reflective thought is associated with the influence of attachment, and I want to experience myself. So experiencing of the self is beyond reflective thought. I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to eat. I keep on reciting that sentence again and again. It will not make me fill my stomach. It will not make my hunger go away. Only when I want to eat, and then I go to the kitchen and I cook the food and then I eat, then and then my hunger gets satisfied. Same way, 9 reals are there. I know the 9 reals. I know them real nature, but they're reflective thoughts. I had to go beyond reflective thought. I want to go from reflective thought to primary abstract comprehension. From Vikalp Dasha, I want to go to Nirvikalp Dasha. I want to eat the sweet. I want to eat the sweet. I want to eat the sweet. You are talking about it, you cannot get the taste of the sweet. But if I want to eat the sweet, I make the effort and put the sweet in my mouth. Then I take the taste and I enjoy that sweetness. Here, same way, reflective thoughts to be put on the side and now go to the primary abstract comprehension, Nirvikalp Dasha, and that means I'm experiencing myself, and that is most important. So reflective thoughts are produces increase of attachment state. In primary abstract comprehension means nirvikalpta produces supersensuous bliss. It gives me supersensuous bliss when I experience myself. Now, eternal soul substance, the eternal true nature of the self is not present and thereby cannot be perceived in the influence of attachment state. Reflective thoughts means influence of attachment. A primary abstract comprehension means supersensuous bliss experiencing. So what is my aim ultimately by knowing all these things? I want to experience my eternal, my supersensuous bliss. And as long as I have reflective thoughts, supersensuous bliss is exactly opposite of the reflective thoughts. So do I want to have reflective thought? Yes. So I need to experience my soul substance? Yes. That means I have to give up my reflective thoughts? Yes. Actually, you don't have to give up reflective thoughts. When you are going into the experiencing phase, in a primary abstract comprehension, Nirvikalp Dasha, that means Vikalp Dasha has stopped. Means primary abstract comprehension, when it occurs, that means reflective thoughts have disappeared. Just like the daylight occurs and darkness disappears. You don't need to take darkness out. Just have the light shine and darkness goes away. Same way, when I get primary abstract comprehension, Nirvikalp Dasha, and experience myself, that means my reflective thoughts have disappeared completely. Having said that, now eternal soul substance is always, always, always present because it's eternal. When one has modal vision, then the eternal soul substance becomes invisible. Because I have 2 possible visions can occur: eternal vision or modal vision, substantial vision or modal vision. So now, when I'm looking at a modal vision, then substantial vision is not present. Or vice versa, when I have substantial vision, means my faith is directed to the eternal soul substance, then the modes become secondary in nature. So when the modal vision is present, then eternal soul substance becomes invisible. Vice versa, when modal vision is when modal vision disappears, then eternal soul substance become visible. When the faith is directed to the eternal self, then soul substance is manifested. I want to manifest my soul substance. What do I have to do? Just have my faith directed to the eternal soul substance, and myself will be manifested. What does it mean by saying that eternal soul substance is manifested in the mode? Now, we keep on saying that when you have the faith directed to the eternal soul substance, then eternal soul substance is getting manifested in the mode. Let me see, I still have that figure or not. Hold it, 28, 28. Let's take this slide for example. Now, in this figure, what we had said, when there is eternal soul substance get manifested in the mode, and my alien object gets manifested in the mode, so eternal soul substance also get manifested in the mode, and the peacock acting as an alien object also get manifested in the mode. So in mode, both the things are getting manifested. It all depends where is my vision. Is my faith directed to eternal soul substance or to the image of the peacock? What am I looking at it? Where is my vision directed? Remember, vision can have only two possible directions. Either it is directed to the self or it is directed to the eternal soul substance. So even though both the things are getting manifested in my mode, if I have modal vision, then only I'll be able to perceive the mode of the alien objects. And if I have the substantial vision, means the vision is that the faith is directed to the eternal soul substance, then I will be able to perceive my eternal soul substance in the mode. Even though both are present, it depends where is my attention focused. And wherever the attention is focused, that's what you are going to see. So that's what it tried to tell you in this stand in this bullet that we are looking at just now. Okay. Okay. So what does it mean by saying that eternal soul substance manifests in the mode? Because when my vision is directed or my faith is directed to the eternal soul substance, then in the mode, this substance, eternal soul substance getting manifested and the peacock is getting manifested. But because my faith is directed to eternal soul substance, so that eternal soul substance will be now manifested in my mode. Means it was getting manifested before, but now my attention is drawn to that. When attention is focused to the soul substance, actually the soul substance does not come in the mode, but illumination is felt in the mode. Remember, as we said in the last picture, the 2 minutes back, the peacock is present over here, simply it is present over here, and in the mode, the illumination of the peacock is seen. Actual peacock has not entered over here. The actual peacock is over here, and that peacock is getting manifested in my mode. So what I'm perceiving is a manifestation of peacock's illumination in my knowledge mode. Now, same way, eternal soul substance is sitting over here and getting manifested in the mode. So what am I feeling in the mode is the illumination of the eternal soul substance. Eternal soul substance has not entered in this illumination. Only its image has illuminated in the mode. Just like the peacock is sitting over here and has not entered in the mode, Similarly, eternal soul substance is also over here and has not manifested in the mode. So when attention is focused to soul substance, actually the soul substance does not come in the mode, but its illumination is felt in the mode. Okay, now at this time, the mode also ends up getting supersensuous bliss. When my attention is focused to eternal soul substance, then in my mode, eternal soul substance is illuminated. And I am perceiving that illumination. When I'm perceiving that illumination, the resultant thing happening is called supersensuous bliss. On the other side of the coin, when I'm focusing my attention to the alien objects of the universe, that means body is mine, body is mine, body is mine, that kind of thought process. When I had that kind of thought process, that body is mine, at that time, it produces perplexity within me. It produces misery within me. I'm not able to see that misery right now because I'm sitting after taking dinner, after proper hydration, and after proper amount of sleep and rest and everything. So I don't feel miserable. I don't feel perplexity, but actually it's a perplexity. So when my attention is focused to the to the alien objects of the universe, remember, in the beginning, or not beginning, every transmigratory soul who are in the first spiritual developmental state, means those who have mithyatva right now, their attention is focused to the alien objects of the universe. Alien objects of the universe. Alien objects of the universe. Means body is mine, body is mine, body is mine, body is mine. That kind of deep-seated thought process is going on. When attention is focused to alien objects, then it produces perplexity, miserability. Now, when the attention is focused to the eternal soul substance, then I end up experiencing supersensuous bliss, the happiness, real happiness, true happiness, coming from the soul. So, soul can do two things. The faith is directed to the eternal, faith is directed to the alien objects, it produces perplexity and misery. When the faith is directed to the eternal soul substance, then there is supersensuous bliss. So these are the things we have to remember. Supersensuous bliss when faith is directed to the soul, and misery and perplexity when attention is focused to the alien objects of the universe. So, what is happening now? When my faith is directed to my eternal soul substance at this point, that means I'm experiencing bliss within me, and that means it's been said that eternal soul is getting manifested. Gurudev Kanji Swami used to say that what is the morcha, what is the manifestation of a given enlightened person? What kind of manifestation he has it? Then the answer is, Gurudev used to say, he is getting supersensuous bliss. He is experiencing bliss. So bliss is kind of a stamp telling me that this person has directed his attention to eternal soul substance, and he has manifested eternal soul substance in his mode, and that's what it is. If tomorrow I wake up and say, hey, I experienced my eternal soul substance, but I don't have supersensuous bliss, that means I have not experienced. experiencing goes hand in hand with the supersensuous bliss. Alien objects' attention goes hand in hand with the perplexity or miserable state. In actuality, the soul as a substance and mode both are remaining in their own state. They don't enter into each other. Soul substance is over here, modes are doing their job over here, modes are not gone into soul substance not entered in the modes, they remain independent. Remember here one thing, not to get confused, this is the soul substance. Now, let's take the example of a house. This is the house. I'm sitting in my brother's house right now. The house is a house, whole house is there. Now, I'm sitting in a bedroom. Bedroom is not a kitchen, and kitchen is not a dining table. Dining table is not a bathroom, and bathroom is not a TV room. So within a house, there are subdivisions are there, and they are independent. Within the soul substance, within the soul as a structure, there are divisions in the form of eternal soul substance, attributes, and mode. Modes, they do their own job. Soul substance does its own job. Soul substance does not enter in the mode. Modes, they do not enter the souls. Means these are the semantic I have to keep in my mind, that they are independent, but at the same time they are under one roof, so they are part and parcel of each other. When you say soul substance means modes, modes mean soul substance, but in fact they have their own separate own separate existence also. So that's what we do. So in actual, soul substance remains as soul substance, mode remains as mode. They both do their own function and they don't enter into each other. Eternal soul substance is present here, and only the illumination occurs in the mode. Soul substance remains as soul, mode remains as mode, but only illumination of the soul substance occurred in the mode. Over here, the peacock is peacock. Peacock did not enter into the mode, and mode has an illumination of the peacock, and that illumination remains in the mode only, and it has no relationship with the actual peacock. Peacock is separate and illumination is separate. Eternal soul substance remains as it is forever. It is immutable, unchanging, non-reacting, non-doer. It is remaining same as ever, forever. Even there is omniscient mode or minimal expressive mode of the lowest form of living being, substance never gets depleted. Now, this is an important point. It tries to tell us that, from the eternal soul substance exists since time infinite. I am existing since time infinite. Who is my support? Who produces, who gives me energy to remain supportive, to remain in existence for time in and time out, again and again and again, since time infinite, and will remain as a time infinite in the future, because I have my own support system within my soul. I have an eternal existence attribute, makes me having existence forever. I don't have to depend on any alien objects of the universe. I don't have to depend on this physical body. Today, my brother's father-in-law, at age 96, he died, and we went for the cremation. The mortal body got cremated, but the soul, as soon as the soul left this body, went into another body right away. Within 4 samay, maximum 4 samay, 3 samay, maximum 3 samay. Blink of an eye has an innumerable samay, 10 raised to 49 and beyond, out of which if we take 3 or 4 samay, and the soul gets born somewhere else right away, maximum that time. So, even there is omniscient. So So, Mahavishwami, if he's omniscient Lord, we consider him right now, then he has an expressive mode, again and again and again and again, expressive mode with a total knowledge of everything, with omniscience knowledge of every time. Or if there is a no mode of a nigod jiv, the soul which is a minimal, lowest form of life, nigod, they also have the mode. So I have my mode occurring day in and day out, again and again and again and again and again, forever. Omniscient Lord is a mode coming out again and again and again forever. Or the lowest form of life, Nigod, also is a mode coming out again, 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 again forever. But that mode remains separate from the soul substance. And the soul substance never ever get depleted because there's so many modes are generated. Quickly, what does Bhavath it says? It means, in short, what it's trying to tell in this Kalash, eternal source substance is complete forever. Even though soul may have impure modes of inflow and bondage or pure modes of omniscient knowledge, still the soul substance never get depleted. That factory is ever producing forever and ever and ever and ever, never get depleted. Soul forever remains in its natural pure state. And this is the end of our slok number 7, which is given prelude to the 13th stanza. And so now finally we are entering 13th stanza and we are starting that. So let me just take these guys out and bring the 13th stanza now. Okay, so right now, so here we are in 13th stanza right now. Let's see. Okay, 13th stanza, start. Stanza 13. We'll sing. I'll sing that one a couple of lines and then we'll start. Buddhathena bigada jiva jiva ya purna pavam cha asava samvarnijjara bandho mokhoya sammatam भूतार्थति जानेल जीव अजीव वरि पुण्य पापने आश्रव संवर निजरा बंध मोक्षते सम्यक त्वचे. What it says, two lines are very simple actually to understand. The tattva or the elements of the path for the path of liberation are jiva means soul, ajiva non-soul, punya means virtue, pap is sin, or punya means auspicious inclination, pap is inauspicious inclination, ashram means influx of karma, samvar means stoppage of karma, nidra means shading of karma, bandh means bondage, and moksha means liberation. These 9 tattva, these 9 elements comprehends from the real point of view amounts to Samyak Darshan. These 9 reals to comprehend from real point of view, that means it's Samyak Darshan. So what is Samyak Darshan? Somebody is asking question, what is Samyak Darshan? There are definitely different ways one can describe Samyak Darshan. Experiencing my eternal pure nature of the soul is called Samyak Darshan. Bringing my faith mode from the alien objects to the eternal soul substance means Samyak Darshan. Over here it says that Samyak Darshan means to know the 9 reals from real point of view, from pure point of view. That is Samyak Darshan. So Samyak Darshan, right faith, can be seen for so many different angles. So this is one of the angles. And this angle, once we understand this angle, that means our vision becomes broader. Remember, my house is not me. My car is not me. Those are the alien objects of the universe. They can be separated out very easily. My body is not me because body is matter and I am a conscious element. So body is not me. Then material karma is not me because material karma are matter and I am the soul substance. Then it goes further and says even my rag and dvesh modes are not me because they're transient only in nature. My one semi pure mode is also not me because it's mode and mode is transient and I'm eternal soul substance. And ultimately in 7th stanza we learn that even the divisional of attribute, to perceive the division of attribute, that means it is also not Samyak Darshan. Only when I bring my attention to the eternal soul substance, devoid of all the things that we talk about just now, that means called right faith. Over here it says having 9 reals to perceive them through the right real point of view is called Samyak Darshan. So what happens here? This is the Sanskrit stanza that Amrit Chandra Acharya wrote down. Bhutarthena bigata jiva jivocha punya papam cha astrava samvarni jara bandho mokshacha samyaktvam. ભૂતાત્મથી જાણેલ જીવ અજીવ વળી પુણ્ય પાપ તથા આશ્રમ સવર્ણ નિરા બંધ અને મોક્ષ એ 9 તત્વ સમ્યક્ત્વ છે. Means if I know this 9 real from pure point of view, from absolute point of view, then it's called Samyak Darshan. Now there's a tika over here. We can go through the tika. We can read that one. That's in Gujarati. There's a tika over here. So the 2-page full of tika is there. And then there is a bhavarth, means further explanation. And thereafter it starts. So now remember, when there are 2 pages of tika only, and Gurudev goes every word very, very meticulously and carefully. So that's why, because Gurudev, when he reads those, when he delivers the discourses, then he makes sure that point absolutely enters in the listener's mind. And for that thing, he sometimes repeats because these points are extremely important. And so he keeps on repeating those things. And that's what the system we are following right now, that whatever Gurudev has put weight on it, we make sure that we understand that point very well. So there's 2 pages of tika and 1 page of bhavarth. And now we start the Upodgat, means preface. Samaysar, Pravachan-sar, Niyam-sar, Panchastika, Astapad, all this scripture that Gunkuna Acharya Dev wrote down, it has one specialty in it, that he always gives Upodgat, means preface. There is one line written on top of the for example, એ પ્રમાણે જ શુદ્ધ નહીંથી જાણવું તે સમ્યક્ત્વ છે એમ સૂત્રકાર ગાથામાં કહે છે. This line, that black letter Gujarati word, that is called your Upodgat, means every stanza has this line first. It just gives a flavor that what am I going to learn from this stanza. So now here we come to this stanza. In the preface, what it says, author in this stanza says that to know the soul substance in that form. Which form? From pure point of view form. To know the eternal soul substance from pure point of view by itself is a right faith or enlightenment or Samyak Darshan. So he is very precise, 1 line, 2 lines, 1 sentence, and he tries to tell exactly what it's coming in this stanza. So, to know the soul substance in the soul substance which is eternal in form, to know it with a pure point of view by itself is a right faith. That's all it says. Now, meaning of the stanza we go. This just preface was given. Now we are going to meaning of the stanza. One considers 9 modes of the living being as follow. Now, the 9 modes are described over here. Now, what is living? The living, non-living, auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, inflow, influence of bondage, stoppage of karma, shedding of karma, and liberation. So, what are these 9 modes actually? We have to understand the definition of each and every of these 9 modes. Living means I am a soul. Just as I am soul means just I am a soul substance means that substance has infinite attribute and has a modes forever. Once again, a given substance in the universe, you pick it up, any substance, living, non-living, matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time, any of the 6 substances you pick it up, as long as it's called substance, there are attributes and modes. No substance can be there without attribute and modes. No attribute and modes can be there without substance. Substance means attribute and modes. Attribute and modes means substance. So now, when I'm saying living, 9 tattva I'm talking, 9 real, they have to be in the modes of the soul only. So, Jeev, living, means mode of the soul is known as living. I'm living being. What does it denote? I'm a living means I'm a substance, means I have attribute, means I have modes. That modes could be auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, or pure mode, whatever that mode is. As long as I'm a living being, I'm producing those modes. I'm producing the modes of auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, or pure mode. I keep on producing those kind of modes. So, the living element means the living soul substance creating a mode, creating modes. That is called living. Living means I'm creating the mode. Non-living. Now remember, definition of living according to 13 stanza we are talking. That is very important to understand because different perspective, different definition could be there. Living could be having consciousness, that's called living. Having knowledge attribute is called living. Over here, living means a mode of the soul is known as living. Soul substance is here, attributes are here, and the mode occurring every summer. So that particular mode of the living being is called living element. Living element means I have a mode. Any kind of conscious mode, any kind of knowledge mode, that is me, that means living, so that my mode, because we are talking from modal perspective right now. We are talking 9 reals occurring in the modes. So that's why living means mode of the soul is called living, right? Okay. Now, non-living. Non-living means what? Non-living doesn't mean it's a matter, substance, or medium of motion, medium of grace, space and time. Non-living means in the soul's mode, when there is knowledge mode occurring about non-living. Remember, living means a mode occurring in the soul. Non-living means a mode knowing the non-living. Mode knows that this is the bag. Mode knows that this is a shirt. Mode knows that this is glasses. So these are the non-living objects that knowledge mode end up knowing, and that's why it is called non-living mode. A mode knowing non-living substances called non-living element. This is called Jeev Tattva. Means the soul has a living mode. Soul has a mode, that's why it's called living. Non-living means the knowledge mode knows the non-living object. So we are not talking about non-living objects over here. We are talking about non-living objects knowledge. That's called non-living. Wait a second. You are the soul and you have a knowledge and you are telling it's a non-living? Yes, because that mode ends up knowing non-living, ends up knowing alien objects of the universe. Who am I? I'm the transmigratory soul. What am I doing since time infinite? I end up knowing the alien objects mode, and that's why those modes are called non-living. Punya means auspicious inclination. The mode of auspiciousness is called auspicious inclination or punya. Same way, pap, inauspicious inclination means modes of the inauspiciousness, that's called pap. Asrav means inflow, means pap and punya both together are known as asrav. So this punya and this pap both combined together is called asrav. And that's why some places like Tattvat Sutra, they don't mention punya and pap. They just go directly to asrav, because asrav does include this both the things punya and pap. So if you don't include punya and pap, then there are only 7 reals. When we include punya and pap, then it becomes 9 reals. So asrav means punya and pap together is known as asrav. Bandh, bondage, inclination of attachment, etc. state has intensity. I'm angry right now. I'm super angry right now. I'm mildly angry right now. And so that intensity, that is anger, deceit, ego, greed, or inclination of attachment and aversion, that is called bondage. Samvar means stoppage of karma. Material karma stop coming to the soul. Nijra, shedding of karma, shedding of material karma. Liberation means devoid of any material karma associated with the living. And these are called 9 living modes. Now, as we progress further, what's going to happen that the Acharya Bhagwan takes each and every element, each and all these 9 elements, and it proves that how that actual mode got generated. Who is the reason for generation of this mode? And once we understand that who is the reason for generation of this mode, then we know that mode is transient. But that mode coming from the attribute, and attribute has a support from the substance, and that substance I have to go to, and so that substance I have to put the attention, ultimate attention. So that's what we are going to talk about. So we'll talk from next week onwards. We'll coming to this Gatha again. We'll just go for it. Any questions so far?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Oh, next week, Tuesday night, I'm going to India because my mentor that found by Pawan Jain from Mangalayatan, he is extremely sick, and actually he's on the last stretch, and so I'm going to meet him and everything. So I'll be transiting on Tuesday and Wednesday, both the nights. So Tuesday and Wednesday next week we won't be able to meet, and Thursday onwards, and thereafter we will continue. I'll be giving. I'll we will deliver relay from India that classes and everything. Okay, and I'll send the email for that. Okay, if there is other question, we can entertain. If not, then we can do closing. Okay. Okay, we'll do the closing. Okay. जावानी के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालोक, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ. 9 times Namo Kaman. Moinda. Jai Jinendra, Mitsain Bikram.
Jai Jinendra.
Thanks.
Jai Jananda, safe travels.
Thanks. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.